Hey, everybody. Sorry, I was like on a different web page looking at stuff. Hi, Sylvia. Hi, Carol. Lisa. Lucky girl. Hello, Terry. Julie. Karen. Oh, these in the Navy? Yeah. Us pirates like options, you know. You can get black or red ink or green or blue. It's great stuff. Hey, Joyce. Hello, Terry. Thank you so much. Hi, Melly and Catherine and Joyce and BC Mom. He was South Pacific. Cool beans. Cool beanie weenies. So how many people are here? Oh, 50. That's a good number. How's everybody doing tonight? Y'all doing good? Hey, Sonia. World War II vet? Great. It's raining felonies. Lucky girl. Hey, Johnny. Okay, you have a good night. Yeah, Johnny just did a grand tableau a couple days ago. I was watching it. For those of you that haven't, which I'm sure you already have, but for those of you, if you have not caught it, run over to Johnny's channel and watch his latest video. He did a live stream last night, which was fun, but he had done a pre-recorded tableau on his channel. So check him out because it was great. Oh, I'm sorry, Karen. Just came on, Flower. I know, I'm sad too that Johnny's leaving. He must have not slept at all because it's early. It's only 7:20. So, yeah, Joyce, if you go to his channel on his regular page where it says videos, his pre-recorded videos, he did a tableau the other day. Johnny's special tarot tableaus that he does. They're really good. Unique. He created that one. I haven't seen anybody else do it. So he invented that spread. And it's worked out really well. So I hope everybody's doing well. I've been staring at this thing like a crazy person. I keep finding stuff. I'm only going to recap a little bit tonight, and then I have a list here, and I'll put up a poll, and then we can decide which one we're going to do. So we got a great win yesterday in Wisconsin. So thank you, Wisconsin, for that Supreme Court justice seat. I have questions about that I will be saving for Thursday or Sunday night with Johnny and Jenny, because that state is so incredibly rigged that there's two Republicans in the state. One of them, there's two Republicans in that state that are talking about impeaching her, the new justice that just got brought in. Mind you, she hasn't even been sworn in, and they're already threatening impeachment. So we'll look at that on Sunday. So that was great news for us. And then there was a little bit of a drawback, but we'll look at that. Tennessee is voting to expel the 3 Democrats that stood with the students who were protesting gun violence. I'm not sure if they've completely been expelled. Yep, MSB, Michigan tonight. Kansas just vetoed a bill. Check this out. Vetoed a bill from the governor. The governor had told them no, no, no. Well, because they have the supermajority, they vetoed the government, and they are now, hey, Sylvia, they are now giving themselves the vote for teachers and coaches to inspect the genitals of athletes to make sure that they can play. Wrap your head around that. So that just happened in Kansas. And then North Carolina. What a lovely surprise we got today. Or was it yesterday? Can't remember because I was texting Jenny about it. A representative in Carolina at the state level in a deep blue district woke up and just decided, I'm going to be a Republican. So she just switched. So now they have the North Carolina now has the supermajority to pass all their regressive laws in North Carolina. So between North Carolina and Tennessee, I want to look at those on Sunday night with Johnny and Jenny, because it looks like those two states are going to be test cases for experiments for the GOP on how they're going to do this stuff. So I've been watching that closely, what I can. I do not, at this point, I have lost all faith in Twitter. I'm going over to TikTok because Twitter has become a cesspool of neo-Nazi bullshit, that's been perpetuated by Elon Musk. Elon Musk today marked NPR, National Public Radio, on Twitter as state propaganda. So, I'm like, fuck this place. And with all this crap that people are talking about, TikTok, you can't trust TikTok, you can't trust TikTok. You know what? I think I said it in the chat a few weeks ago on Autumn's channel, because I saw people complaining about TikTok. And I had said something very briefly about, I don't understand why people are talking shit about TikTok while Twitter is a freaking neo-Nazi cesspool of just filth over there. And I started thinking about it. The kids, our kids, Gen Z, they're not on Facebook. They're not on Twitter. They're on TikTok. That's where they're organizing. That's where they're talking to each other. That's where they're getting the message out. Remember what the kids on TikTok did to Donald Trump when they went and ruined his rally, where the kids put out the word on TikTok to go buy up all the, or not buy, but request all the seats for that rally, and almost nobody showed up. All the political activism that you saw out of Wisconsin and the youth vote in Tennessee and all that stuff, that's all being done on TikTok. Based on the Mueller report, there is evidence that there was foreign agents on Facebook as well as TikTok. So this entire argument that they're spying on us, we have evidence that they've spied on us on Facebook. That was okayed by Mark Zuckerberg with that whole Cambridge Analytica shit that happened back in 2016. And then Twitter with this nonsense with idiot boy over there that needs to go back to South Africa. So until there is absolute proof, then I'm just going there, because this is, and it seems like since Facebook turned into, what is it called now? Starts with an M. What is the new Facebook called now? Meta. They've been losing a bunch of money. They've been losing a shit ton of money. And the whole argument about social media companies data mining you and selling off your information, Facebook took the cake for that. They took the cake for that years ago. And since Facebook has been losing money, this is just me speculating, not the cards, not anything, just reading what's been happening. I wouldn't be surprised if this entire attack on TikTok has been, I wouldn't say sponsored, but encouraged by other social media outlets that don't want that competition around. So, and if you're going to regulate one, then regulate them all. And the whole argument that they're data mining, they do that everywhere. They do that on Facebook. Facebook has been fined how many times? How many times has Zuckerberg been pulled into Congress to answer questions? You know, like stuff like that. So this whole attack on TikTok, I just don't understand, because it seems really stupid and also politically motivated, not just because Facebook is losing money, but because that is where the youth is congregating to pass information. And the youth is not something that the GOP is ready for at all. At all. So it's a great way to suppress, you know? So that's just my take. That's just how I see it. I'll say this right now. My views are subject to change as information comes out. So that's just me. Okay. But I was looking at this. After part 2, when I caught the pardons in here. And I had, because I think in part 1, I was talking about he would sacrifice his son. And then I realized the other day, because that's what I got from the chain of bouquet, child, and cross. The first time I did this, I interpreted it as throwing one of the kids under the bus, most likely Junior, over the payments. Part 2 was when I looked at it through a different lens, and that's when I picked up the pardons. Okay. For those of you that are not sure where part 1 and 2 are, if you go on my page, my home page, on the very top, it'll say videos, live, community, all that stuff. Click on the live videos on the bar at the top, and it'll take you to all the grand tableaus, or all the live videos that I've done like this. When I found the pardons, that's when we found this little box right here where the bouquet, this is woman, house, bouquet, and snake. And the chain is bouquet to child to cross, and then cross goes back to bouquet. That's the circle, the line. It just goes around and around. And I was asking you guys about how many people within the entourage, and I'm saying entourage because it's touching house. House is your property, your real estate, your family, your entourage, that very, 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 very close-knit circle. And I was asking if the number was 9, 13, or 36, and you all told me that it was 9 people that had asked for pardons. Thank you, Lucky Girl. And then Lucky Girl was kind enough to email me a list of everybody that asked for a pardon. So I have those all here. 9 people total, just like a number on the bouquet that's touching the house, if that's making sense. So that chain is bouquet, child, and cross, and the numbers are 9, 13, and 36. And I was asking, was it 9, 13, or 36 people? Y'all came back in the chat, said it was 9 people in the entourage that were asking to be pardoned. Here's that list of people, and I guess we'll pick one tonight. There were 6 members of Congress, and then Mark Meadows, Giuliani, and John Eastman, 3 members outside of Congress that asked for pardons. So 6 in the House, and then 3 consultants. I was also stumbling on when stuff happens, and I was saying that the son, I got more information, Joyce. I just said that if you're just now tuning in. I was having trouble figuring out if it was in the summer at the change of seasons or closer to the winter with the lilies. There's 3 winter cards: the lilies, the mountain, the birds. Okay. Since the sun was in its own house, I was like, okay, maybe there's something coming in the summer, that news comes in or something else develops. And then we continue to see progression towards the change of seasons and into the winter. So I'm still not clear about that. I need to keep digging, but I was looking at these 3 columns. right here, where I was saying he still has a ways to go to come this way. Now, with that said, let me jump in here real quick. This line of fate, this tableau is for 1 year. Okay. So according to this tableau, for the entirety of this 1 year, yes, the indictments will continue to come in because there's persistent suffering and sudden losses, very heavy burdens. Okay. That's that first line right here. Based on this line of fate, he's still innocent, which makes sense. Okay. In this country, the rule of law is you're innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Okay. So for this year, if I'm interpreting this correctly, he's still innocent. That doesn't mean the indictments don't come. They're right here. Okay. But through that time frame, he's still guilty. Now, is he going to keep running his mouth and get maybe thrown in the jail for like a day or two? I said, I don't see him locked up. The tower is isolation, but it's sitting on the house of woman. Okay. So, I'm still a little bit hesitant to say that he'll end up in the pokey for like a day or two. But we'll see. I would like to see how that develops. But these 3 columns here, these 3 columns was what I was saying was in regards to the whole stealing the elections situation. So let me make this, let me do this real quick. I'm gonna try to recreate those 3 little lines so you guys can see where I'm going with this. And you all are going to help me out because I'm not quite sure what any of this stuff is. So if you guys can provide answers, that would be fantastical. Okay. Wait. Hey, Patricia. Why can't I? Is it in here? Yeah, there it is. These cards are so old and beat up, but I love them though. Johnny had sent me another one, and I'm just like terrified of using them because they're so pretty and pristine. So I try to use them very carefully, not as often. Where's 30? Where's Lily's? Is it in here too? Yeah, there's a couple more cards here. Okay, there's the Lilies. Okay. 36. 22. 22. 14. 10. 24. 27. 23. It's like the more I stare at this stuff, the more I find. 16. 34. 32. Tower, whip. Sun and key. Okay. Give me 1 second. Let me find the sun. Okay. Okay, so what this here is, so you all can see that. Okay. What this here is these first 3 lines of the tableau and then this bottom line here. Okay. I noticed something and I need help. So I was telling you all that the grand tableau he needs to go to the right and then wrap back around. That's when all the election shit comes in with the criminal conspiracy and agreement to steal something. Okay. That agreement to steal mice in the house of ring, ring was in the house of mice. Those two are mirroring each other. So it's telling me there's an agreement to take something away, to steal something, to corrupt something, to eat away at something. To take away, to steal. Okay. So stealing, guidance here with the stars in the house of book, consulting with the fish. Okay. The fish is the card of entrepreneur. So it has to do with consulting, shopping, money, consulting, shopping, money, independence. Okay. Being fluid in something. So stealing something, consulting, stealing something with guidance from consultants that he's familiar with, or like PR people for him. And then there's the legal battles that will be successful. Okay. That ties into this. When you follow this line up, you have these 2 action cards here, the storks and the crossroads. This is talking about overturning the elections, the false results, official results. Okay. Establishing the alternative, cutting out, because this sits in house scythe. Establishing an alternative results that are fraudulent. Again, because there's an agreement to steal something with the guidance of consultants that are in his favor. Does that make sense? Follow this line up. You have the storks and the crossroads. The storks is an action card. This right here, the crossroads, is an action card. The storks, if you think about a stork, they leave and return. They leave in the winter, return in the spring. So they leave and return. The crossroads is the card of choices, of alternatives, options, okay, and doubles. So if you have an action card here that leaves and returns, and a card here that could go left or right, what does that tell you? If something can leave and return or go left or right, what does that tell you? And I just caught this like today when I was staring at it. Any takers on the question? Lucky girl, if you have something that leaves and returns and can go left or right, that okay? What does that, put those 2 together? Something that leaves and returns or could go left or right. You guys want me to play the Jeopardy song? No, not seasons, lucky girl. Leaving and returning. Okay. Leaving and returning. Something that leaves, something that returns. This card, you go left or right. So you can leave and return and you go left and right. Both of these are actions. I'm having fun reading y'all's comments. Not re-elections, not data transfer, not votes. I don't have a clue. Leaving and returning, left or right. Swing states. Because it could go either way. It could swing one way and then return and come back the other way. swing states. How many swing states are there total? Does anybody know? Swingers, yeah, it's a swing state because it leaves and returns or goes left and right, but it's always going to leave and return. So it's like a swing. Does anybody know for sure? Because I didn't look it up. So thank you, Jamie or Janie. So we have Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Missouri, Arizona. That's 4. I'm just wondering how many there are total. Nevada, 12 exactly. Hold on. I'm just scared to go on the Google machine and my phone is like way across the room. Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, New Hampshire, Arizona, and Minnesota. Hold on. Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, New Hampshire, Arizona. That's 6. Wisconsin, Minnesota, Arizona, Nevada, New Mexico. Oh man, I have no idea how many, like the real number of swing states, because these are 2 action cards that tells me it can swing either way. There was a centralized effort that was agreed upon to focus on this. Okay, to overturn the results of the election through fraud here by establishing alternative results that are fraudulent. That came through an agreement with people that were going to steal something and guidance of consultants. Now, when I say guidance of consultants, these people are separate from this circle right here. Okay? So we're not looking at Mark Meadows and Rudy Giuliani and John Eastman as key players. These are not, they're linked to them through the conspiracy, the agreement to steal something, but they're people outside of this entourage because the entourage is up here. These people are down here. Does that make sense? Well, he is focused on Arizona, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Georgia, and Michigan. Well, when this swings back around, I'm not sure quite where Jack Smith is on his investigations. Like he's been tight-lipped about it. We just found out that Mike Pence, as of today, is not going to appeal testifying to the grand jury. So the fringe fake elector scheme. Yep, that's it. But it's outside of that circle of 9 people, and it's more widespread and expansive here. Okay, so this goes straight to the states, and there's the swing states were like the focus. This card is the focus and the goal. Look here, the swing states. Okay, this right here as a thing is a trap. Okay, so, and this whole portion of the grand tableau is talking about the whole fake elector scheme. So I wouldn't be surprised if there are more people that were part of this broad consulting, in a consulting capacity, that were perhaps themselves elected officials that participated, that might get some of this too, right here. Okay, but that's still yet to come. So I just wanted to point that out because I found that just today or yesterday. I think it was today. So 12 now. Okay. So there's that. But that's still a little ways to go. because he's here. We're right here, right now. He's still got to go this way. So he's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 columns ahead. But remember that these 3 are kind of all going together around the same theme. So, yeah. So it could be 3 months. It could be 4 months. I'm not quite sure. I'll have to keep staring at it. So for the people seeking pardons that we found right here, the list is Mark Meadows, Rudy Giuliani, and John Eastman that were outside of Congress. The next ones that were in Congress that asked for pardons: Andy Biggs, Mo Brooks, Matt Gaetz, Louis Gohmert, Gang Green, and Scott Perry. Yeah. Yes, that's part of this whole thing right here, lucky girl. But there's more to come. There's more to come. Part of this whole situation, more perhaps coming out of the swing states that were guiding and consulting. Some of them themselves may have been elected officials with the crossroads right here. With Lily's here and the crossroads, the Lilies is kind of far from the tower. So I'm hesitant to say like some sort of a judge of some capacity, but I'm kind of leaning that way. I'm kind of leaning that way because this person was able, this person here, this older, wiser person can make a decision, has a choice, and then he decides and delivers the win with Lily's, Crossroads, and Scythe. So even though the tower is far away, I'm kind of leaning towards a couple of people or one person or a couple. It's hard for me to distinguish at this point that were either in office as elected officials in a position where they make decisions. Okay. So I wouldn't say the U.S. Supreme Court, because the courts are down here and the courts are hitting this way on this line. I wouldn't say the Supreme Court. I would say more like state courts, state Supreme Courts or something like that, if that makes sense. Not the U.S. Supreme Court. Let me clarify that again. Not the United States Supreme Court, because the Storks is too far away. This is more like state Supreme Courts or state courts, because here it shows that the stealing, guided by consultants for his fame, legal arguments, significant success. Follow this back and you get these 3 lines here. Okay, so we're either looking at judges, people that will be running for office as judges, because you have the Lilies, the Crossroads, the Scythe. So this would be like an election. So that sort of thing. Do you see what I'm saying? Am I making sense? So, and it seems like people in those swing states that were in those positions participated and were providing guidance and consultating. Okay, but that's still yet to come. We're right here. It needs to flip around this way, but it's particular to the swing states here, if I'm making sense. Hey, Rondell. Okay, if I'm making sense. So, are you guys, you know what? I'm leaning towards, I was kind of, I want to look at the Spirit Watcher. We are currently right here where the courts are. Okay, this is the column for April. He still has 1, 2, 3 columns to pass before all this shit shows up. But because everything is so squashed together, I can't tell if it's within the on the 4th month, I would say about 4 months, maybe, because I'm counting from here, 1, 2, 3, and then I'm bunching all these 3 up together would make it 4, because all this is where the elector shit is happening. Okay. Oh, and I found something else today. With the clouds, let me see. I promise I'll shut up soon about this. I just keep finding stuff. Okay, hold on. Clouds, garden. Where's the ship? Okay. I think I talked about it in part 2. Okay. In part 2, or maybe it was part 1, I can't remember. I was saying that this is confusion, hesitations, doubt, trouble, chaos, uncertainty, yada, yada, yada. This is a bad card. Symbolically speaking, this is anything that is gaseous. So you're looking at gas, smoke, perfume, incense, fog, storms. Okay. And then with this, I was like, wait a minute, because I was looking at this bottom line here with the quartz, and I was trying to see if they were going to gag him. I'm still not seeing it unless I'm missing it. I like I said, it looks like it's going to take him a long time for them to take away something from him. But this right here, if we're looking at as a thing, this could be pollution of a large group or an outdoor area. So I was looking at this and I was reviewing the grand tableau. And when I was saying that his strategy is to perhaps feign something with his health because the tree is sitting right above him. Well, Lily's is sitting in house ship. Ship is directly below the tower. Okay. So when I looked at it again, I was like, oh shit, I wonder if part of their strategy with the fox and right here with the crossroads looking for a way out, being creative, sneaky, looking for a way to get out of this. You look up here to the lilies. Well, this would be kind of like your judge. Okay. That judge is solid. He's not going anywhere. But here the strategy might be to pollute the grand jury and transfer it somewhere where he could be innocent. It doesn't go because it's already arrived here with the anchor. That move of the judge is solid. He's not moving. Does that make sense? I was asking myself that too, and I found it in the grand tableau. So I kind of calmed down because the judge gave him, well, he didn't give him a gag order. He just instructed Trump's counsel to tell him to watch what he says, to not say anything that incites violence or any of that stuff. Within 5.5 hours, when he went to Mar-a-Lago, he was shit talking the judge, his wife, everybody. He was just shit talking everybody again, you know? So I'm like, at this point, you're just goading the judge, you know? And by goading the judge, I'm thinking like Trump. I wasn't looking at the tableau. I was like, by goading the judge, and he slaps you with a gag order, then you can say, look, this is so unfair. I'm a presidential candidate, and then try to move it somewhere else as a conflict of interest. And then here with the court and the whip and the sun and the key, have success getting it away and be innocent. Okay, so it's almost like he wants a confrontation so that the judge slaps him down so that then he can dispute with tower and whip and then transfer with the ship somewhere innocent here. Okay, there was mentions of it that he was trying to get it moved to Staten Island. I don't see that. Long time ago, I did a reading on my channel back when what was that guy's name in Australia? What did Lena call him? Auntie Lena, what did she call him from marketing? What was his name? Does anybody remember? Scotty from marketing. Thank you. I had done a reading for Rondell. I don't know if you remember this, Rondell. Years and years and years and years ago, my channel was still somewhat new, and you had asked a question. It was a pre-recorded video, and I did a double line of 5, and it was about Scotty from marketing. And I had said in that reading that he was blocking public funds. I did a double line of 5, and I said he was blocking public funds. And there was something else there, and you said, yeah, he's blocking public funds. Well, in that reading, there was something about immigrants, and it was a double line of 5, and I remember these 3. He was transporting immigrants to an island. This is how an island showed up. And every time I would read for Scotty from marketing, this is how that island showed up. The island where he was dumping off all the immigrants and just kind of leaving them. So after a few reads, I picked up that this was how an island was showing up. I don't see that here. I don't see that here at all. So if he's trying to, no, this has nothing to do with Epstein's Island, you guys, please. We're talking about Scotty from marketing. Yes, they transported a lot of them to, there you go. There, do you remember that reading, Rondell? That was a few years ago. But islands had showed up like that. That doesn't show up here. Okay, so I'm not worried about him transferring or pulling some fuckery to transfer this case to Staten Island. He's going to prod and goad, but I don't see it moving because that judge is solid. He's got the tree right there. Okay, so I wouldn't even, so that calmed me down a little bit. So Scotty from marketing is the previous prime minister in Australia, if I got that right. So I was going to do, yeah, the previous prime minister. Thank you, Rondell. Oh, I'm sure he would make a shit ton of money. Lucky. Send his ass to Gitmo, send his ass to Alcatraz. Put webcams in there, though, so we can watch his orange ass every day. Every day. Just gloating. So I was going to do, I wanted to do a grand tableau on one of the inner circle, the 9 in the inner circle that asked for, what do you call this, pardons. But considering there's 3 that are not in office. So we're looking at John Eastman, Mark Meadows, and Rudy Giuliani. Okay. And then 6 that are in the House. Considering that Mark Meadows just lost, good. I hope you guys get justice too, Rondell. I hope so. So then I can gloat with you. Just like you're gloating with us. Let me see. Since Mark Meadows and Mike Pence and all those people just lost the deal, or not the deal, but they got overturned by the appeals court that said, you are going to talk to the special counsel. So Mark Meadows has to go talk to him. Flyhead Pence just got ordered to speak to Jack Smith. I know Louis Gohmert is retired, but that doesn't get you off the hook. You still participated in criminality. That doesn't get you off the hook that you left office. So considering that, let me see if I can put up, let me see if I can put up a poll here. Oh, wait, hold on. And these are people that asked for pardons. 3 of the 9 that are not sitting members of Congress at that time that asked for pardons. Okay, we'll start there. Accidentally. Let me see. Okay, I'm going to put up that poll. Let me see if it shows up. I'm going to go refill my little coffee, say hi to Peanut that just got home, and I'll be right back. You guys have fun. Fill out the poll. Are you guys done? Can I end the vote now, the poll? Can I end the poll? Eastman. Eastman was the mastermind behind the fake electors scheme. If I am not, okay, so we're doing Meadows. If I am not mistaken, can someone please correct me if I'm wrong? Put Mark Meadows. Today is April 5th, 23. Okay. Speaking of which, hold on, I got a text message. Okay, so John Eastman was the mastermind. Okay, so, oh, hold on. Oh my gosh, thank you, Teresa, for the PayPal. That is so incredibly kind of you. Thank you. So that guidance here to steal something, well, you look at the book. Book is sitting over here. What's it above? The dog. Okay? The people that were guiding and protecting him. Dog, this dog, that, or these people, I should say, that were in a meeting were providing guidance to steal something, the agreement to steal, okay, and argue it in the courts to bring success. So these bunch of crooks over here were getting guidance from these people over here. So we're looking at the masterminds over here, the boots on the ground that were doing it over here. Okay. How many fake electors have gotten caught so far? Does anybody know? Because according to this, there was a shit ton more that are coming. Does anybody remember how many have been caught so far in the fake elector scheme? Because it's saying there's more coming. 16? 16. Well, stars is number 16. But according to that, there's more. Because it's stars and then fish. Fish is number 34. If there was 16, it's here. That's on that bottom line with the mice and the stars. That stars is number 16. Next to it is 34. So if they've only caught 16, there might be more coming. Okay, but that's all. There's more in other states. Kelpie, well, here's the agreement to steal, mice in the House of Ring. There's the guidance, stars. That's number 16. Next to that is 34, which is the fish, consulting. Okay, so these three are saying that there's more coming from swing states. Perhaps people that were already elected and in office. Okay, so let me shuffle this and we'll get on Mark Meadows, because I've been on for an hour going over that tableau, and I'll keep staring at it indefinitely till I find more stuff. 16 in Georgia. Well, I don't know. According to that tableau, there's more. Okay, let me shut up for a minute here. They've got 84 altogether. Carol, fake electors. How many were elected officials? You looked it up on Google? Okay, well, there's more. There's a bunch more coming. Thank you for looking it up, Carol. So I'm going to do the tableau on this big one, and then I'll switch over to the little card so I can fit it in. Oof. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2. Leash. Okie dokie. Let me write this down real quick. 8, 16, 21, 25, 26, 34, 9, 24, 18, 23, 29, 36, 28. So he's landing on house child. Okay. 5, 2, 30. 17 is in its own house. Okay. So storks and house storks. Okay. 10, 4, 27, 1, 13, 20, 15, 32, 3, 35, 14, 33, 6, 7, and 12, then 31, 22, 19, and 11. Okay. Alrighty. I'll switch to the baby cards. Okie dokie. Okay. So 8, 16. $21. Ring. So, ring. Book. Fish. Fish. Okay. Heart. 24. Dog. Mice. Woman. Cross. His wife is fucking pissed. Tree. Clover. And lilies. Okay, and we go to the storks, which is in its own house. Scythe. Where's card number 10? Okay, scythe. Then house. Letter. Letter. Ay. Writer. Child. Writer. Child. Garden. Where's the garden? Garden and bear. Okay. That goes there. Moon, ship. Moon, ship, anchor. Fox. Key. clouds. Snake. Oh boy. Snake and birds. Okay. And then on the line of fate, we have the sun, crossroads, tower, and whip. Let me see if I can get this. Okay, the line of fate is not going to fit in there. I'll get to it when I get to it. So don't start asking me, what is it? What is it? I'll get to it when I get to it. Okay, just to put it out there. He's landing right here. So this is going to be his present column for the month of April. Okay. He's sitting on house child. So far, he's innocent, or he will continue to claim that he's innocent, but he's sitting on house child. Okay. The corners are the coffin, the heart, the birds, and the moon. A loss. Okay. News or the arrival of a loss. Hey, Brandon, how are you? I haven't seen you in like forever, buddy. How you doing? Good thing I looked up. I would have missed you. You snuck in here like a ninja, man. How you doing? Look, all the ladies are flirting with you. There's Lucky Girl sending you kisses. I'm doing good. I haven't seen you in like forever. But then again, I haven't been on quite as much as I used to. So, but we're doing I'll go back and update the title of this video, but we're doing a grand tableau on Meadows right now for those of you that are just joining. So thank you, Lucky Girl. So there's losses here. Okay. You have heart in the house of coffin. So we're looking at the news of a loss and something that was desired that was lost. And then here you have a meeting and an interview. And then some sort of recognition. Okay. The first three cards: loss, guidance, obstruction. And there you have the link. He sits right in the center of the grand tableau, very, very, very similarly to Donald Trump's grand tableau. Donald Trump was here on the House of Cross. And then it was bouquet, mountain, and coffin. So there was a similarity here. They're both landing straight in the middle of the grand tableau. Okay. He's suffering, burdened. Okay. He's got a lot of shit on his back. Now, I would venture to say the cross is landing very close. They're still suffering. However, it's not light, because he's got the mountain pressing down on it here, which is very heavy. Okay. And it's sitting on house, birds. There's something that he will say upcoming, because he's not there yet. Something that he will say in an interview that he's going to lie about, that's going to make him guilty. Okay. So possible perjury coming up for him. And this here is the results that are arriving, mail that is being delivered. Okay. So his suffering and waiting for mail to be delivered to him. So down his present line, knowledge, secrets, him visiting to answer. Right below that is tower, in court with the law. That's his present column. So he has knowledge. Okay. Knowledge and a man. he goes to visit, or he has to give news and answer to the courts and the law. That's his present line. Okay. Whew. Down here, we have the fish, tree, child, clouds, and whip. Solid consulting and also growing funds here through gifts. Okay. There's his innocence here, but his innocence is questionable and it will be debated and he will lose. He will suffer. Why? Because of his link. If we box him in, he's linked to secrets, to some sort of consulting. Agreements to keep quiet. And then there's some sort of shopping and payments here that were gifted. Okay. Suffering man. The tree is landing very close. That would be health related. Okay. And then the delivery of the news or delivery of some sort of paperwork that he is innocent. Okay. I do not see a pardon because this does not follow that same chain that we got in Trump's tableau. We just know that he asked for one. This doesn't show that he has one or some sort of a secret pardon. It doesn't show that he has it. Because the bouquet is sitting too far to the cross, but the cross does knight down here to the child knights here. It does knight to each other, but his innocence is questionable and disputed. So I would say no. Let me see what else. Handcuffs, guilty. Results of the investigation into the elections. The fox sits on house man, but remember, he's got to come this way. So that might come in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It shows up 7 columns ahead. Okay, when this comes down. If this is a thing, handcuffs, guilty. Results of the investigation. Results that are fraudulent for the elections with the crossroads right beneath it. Results of several investigations into him. Fox in the house of man. Crossroads in the house of fish. Y'all following? There's something going on here. Now, this could be in regards to a campaign or some sort of a rally. So let me see. Campaign rally. But ahead of him, there's fundraising here and here. There's some sort of fundraising that's going into here. So I don't know that this is a campaign or some other sort of organization that he has. Where's house? House is sitting on house tower. Okay. Let's see. This is in house stars. Okay. He also has knowledge with this here. He has knowledge of very passionate older people that are wise, that are in positions of power, that were met with or were speaking with, that were part of this whole thing here with guilty of falsifying public records of the election. So we're looking at the fake elector scheme again. But his interview, even though he's set to speak to the, this could also be a grand jury. Hold on. I'm not sure when he's set to speak to the grand jury, because he's sitting in house child. And birds is showing way over here. Hold on. Hold on. Financial trouble. He's doing something shady with property. House is in house tower. This would be like townhomes or something like that. Condos, townhomes. It's property. But there's, I don't know if he created a corporation for it, because here it's showing that there's financial trouble. That's going to be disputed this way. But there's something shady going around in property. This could also be in reference to his home life not looking good, because if this is his wife, what separates them, what's right between them is a cross. They're suffering problems in the marriage that are being kept secret. Problems in the marriage that are being kept secret. Huge headaches. Wife is suffering and he's suffering. The family is suffering this way. Long-term suffering, sacrifices that the family's going to have to make. He's probably feeling it right now, but this is whoosh. This is coming down the pike. This way here, a married woman severs something emotionally, or she severs something in her career. This is sitting on house. House is sitting in tower. Isolated marriage with a lot of problems. He's having a lot of marital problems right now, and will continue to have marital problems over the next year. This tableau is for a year. The wife is very nervous and stressed out about his guilt. Nervous and stressed woman. She's suffering. He's guilty. She's got a huge headache. He is trying to find a way out of this, but he's just, man, you're fucked. Clouds is right here, followed by whip, followed by snake. Clouds in the house of lilies. And there's people within the network that once they start speaking, they betray here. So this master plan thing that they were going to do to transition and arrive at something fraudulent with the elections. You can't see it. Crossroads is right here. And dispute the results of the elections. All those people involved, they start betraying and lying here. It's like every man for themselves, throw yourselves under, like everybody's throwing everybody under the bus. Because here, if this is loyalties and friendships, they get eaten away. And then there's loss here. And those loyalties and friendships change and move away. See? There's losses and depression. So where's the house? Where's the house? Where's the house? Okay. Dog doesn't night here. House nights to ring. House nights to ring. So if we look at house and ring, and we look at this literally because house is hitting the tower at a diagonal. It's coffin, mice, house, fox, and then tower. Friends in the house, they can't even help them. They're too far away. The friends and loyalty is too far away. If they obstruct, but they are nervous to obstruct here. So the friendships and the help is out of reach. Let me see. 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 Hold on. He's really, really worried about the investigation. He nights up here. Big problems, under a lot of pressure. Even though he's sitting in the second line up on the top, he's still under a lot of pressure. He does this. So he is gifting or offering something to members of the house in his party to find a strategy, because he's in huge fucking trouble. Huge trouble. He nights down here to clouds. Let me see. But these people can't. They're unable to provide, because if this is them trying to be sneaky and trying to get answers or trying to give them access out, look at that. If this is the access out, it's followed by the clouds, the snake, and then the birds. Not good. Not good. And these people are also going to get ratted out, and these people will eventually have to talk themselves or go to interviews themselves. If that's making any sense. So the fox goes back to him. Suspicious man, con man, sneaky man, but he's also here. Who would his, okay. Okay, there's a man here, a woman here, a man here, someone younger here, a man here, woman, man. And there's the law here. Anchor in the house of letter. What? Because this is saying this letter is being delivered here. Did Mark Meadows send mail in regards to this whole thing? Emails, anything written? Because it's saying mail delivered. And then there's new, small, innocent, young. So it could be mail delivered to a new or young campaign manager this way. He gave text messages. Okay, the text messages, I would think that would be covered mostly under birds because birds are to do with phones. I'm talking letters, mail. That's right. He did give them a bunch of info before he fucking backed out. Thank you, Julie. He delivered something to the committee. I remember now. Okay. Who remembers what that stuff was that he delivered to the committee before he backed out? Texts and emails, everything. Well, there's the emails. Okay. Abundance here, him, mail that gets delivered to a small or new innocent committee. Okay. I'm just looking at his box right now. Oh, I don't think that was an oops. He was intentional with that because he was looking for a way out here with the fox. He was looking, this fox right here, he's linked. There's the guilt and the burdensome messages, mail, records, results. There's the manipulation, but this card is also sneaky, 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 and it sits back on his house in regards to the elections with the crossroads underneath it. This is saying that it was delivered to this small committee. 2,319 texts he handed over. Okay. But there was, besides that, there was other, besides the text messages, there was other stuff, was there not? Written materials, emails, and texts. Okay, so that's what he delivered. Okay. Okay. This night's here, this night's here. And it's linked, and it links up here. And that links here. And then it links here. Okay. If I'm reading this, visitors, little people, large group. Okay. Little people that are very problematic and abusive, fighting. Okay. And then bullying and overpowering here with the bear. Little people, knowledge, offers, lily white, guilty, sneaky, sneaky, under investigation, meeting and communicating, talking, little people in court, little people isolated. Was he linked in any of those messages that he handed over to the committee? Because here is saying that he's linked. Link him, little people. Was he linked to peanut butter or the creepers? Because there's a group or an organization. Here, Lily White. Problematic, very troublesome, and combative. Spiteful here with the snake. Bullies and overpowering. And it knights over here to the cross. He related what Trump did and did not do during the riot. Okay. He didn't get all the info details on what handed over. What, Lucky Girl? Oh, we didn't get all the info on what he handed over. Well, what he handed over to the committee was about the insurrection attack. There's the insurrection, the change. The Storks is in its own house. The change, the improvement, the turning over of something. And then there's the danger and the attack. Okay. There's the entourage, the house, the family, the mail that was delivered to a small committee, and then there's power there. Okay. Yeah, he didn't go. Remember, he just gave him the paperwork and then backed out at the last minute. Remember that? But the paperwork was delivered. But his current line shows that he's going to have to tell everything he knows and all the secrets he's keeping when he goes to visit and answer very important questions to the courts. The key is landing on House Woman. The woman is sitting on House Whip. Whip is sitting on Cross. Cross goes to Birds, which goes to Moon, which goes to Key. Or I'm sorry, Ring, to House, to Tower, to Anchor, Letter, Garden, Mice, Scythe, Dog, Bouquet, Snake, Sun, Key, Woman. His wife is probably on that line. She's like, you better throw everybody under the bus and save your own ass because nobody's coming to help you. Because she's fighting. She's angry. She's pissed. Woman in the house of Whip. Okay. Another way to read this, there's a criminal conspiracy again. Ring, Knights down to the Mice. Okay. She is knighting down here to House. Outside of talking about his wife and his personal life, his wife being pissed off at him and saying, you better come clean because these people are not in positions to help you. You know, they have the evidence. So, and here, this is an agreement. So he and his wife, on top of all of that fighting that's going on and the problems at home that we talked about, he has an agreement or a deal on his mind, and he will offer something because this is him offering. And this right here, The bouquet, that offer, sits on house snake. And remember, the storks is in its own house. The storks is about change and improvements. A flip. This is a card that leaves and returns. He's going to flip. Okay. Outside of this woman representing his wife, it could also be another person that is a member in the house. This woman is very angry and combative. She sits on the house of whip. Angry, combative. This person very nervous and agitated. Worrywart, conspiracies with these two conspiracies. Okay. This woman here suffers. She will suffer. Okay. She is dangerous here, but she is committed here to being dangerous for fame. Is that ringing a bell on who that is? A big problem. This woman is in the house. She has established herself there. She's not going anywhere. And she has a lot of success. Okay. I want to look at her on the next one. But she's sitting on house whip. She knights here to writer. And she's got the stars over her head. Okay, so let me look at her. There's guidance to obstruct here. And some sort of agreement or resolution. This woman right now, shitting her pants. Shitting her pants. With that said, the closer the mice is, the better chance you have of retrieving something that has been lost. However, that is followed by the scythe. Not happening. Not happening. Not happening. Okay. Let me see. So guidance to obstruct as some sort of resolution, or guidance to obstruct that she was in agreement with. A nervous, crazy person. She suffers here. Dangerous here. There's the house. And there is results. Male. I wonder if her name was on those text messages and shit that they gave to the committee, because she's touching it. If this is who I'm thinking it is, the angry, combative person that likes to make a muck just for fame and celebrity, y'all know who I'm talking about. That trailer park trash, old stale cracker honky from Georgia. That one, if that's who I'm thinking it is, there may be something very important that was in those documents, because this is something that would be electronic. Here's the woman. There's the male. There's the evidence. That key goes back to her. That key goes back to her. He's going to drag all these people down with him. Gangrene. Yep. Oh my God, Azalea, did you see that video from, what's his name? What the hell's that guy's name? The comedian and actor that was, well, that he wasn't, from what I've learned, that video was already floating around. What I think he did was just Mike Rappaport. There you go. I think he just voiced over that, but I was laughing my ass off yesterday when I saw that. He's like, "Get the fuck out of here, you filthy animal. They're looking for you at the animal sanctuary." And then he's like, "Blast her with the fucking space lasers." I was like, oh my God. I lost it. No, it was Michael Rappaport. He was, oh my God, I lost it. I kept cracking up. I kept replaying it over and over again. It was freaking hilarious. No, it's not Jenny Thomas. This is a person in the house. It was, oh my gosh. He's like, what did he say? He's like, blast her with the fucking space lasers. I was like, Jesus Christ. He's like, you get out of here, you filthy animal. But to my understanding, it was a video that was done and he was just voiceovering it. I don't think oh, I was laughing so hard. Yeah, with the New York accent, it was priceless. Let me see if I can. For those of you that, oh my God, I have to find it. Hold on, because I could sure watch that again. Because it was just, I mean, I almost pissed my pants when I heard that. Okay, hold on, you guys. Let me see. I got to go on the Twitter machine here. Because, yeah, I saw the Randy Rainbow video. Let me see. Hold on. What's his name again? Michael Rappaport. Okay, found him. So his video says, we ran this infected animal out of New York City. Okay. You QAnon lunatic! Get out of here, you infected! I could not. I watched that like 10 times last night. I couldn't stop laughing. Oh my God. Oh my God. Mm-mm-mm. Woo! Oh. Lord. If this is who I'm thinking, that stale cracker honky from the backwoods of Georgia, she must be very important, because down here she becomes a star witness and becomes key. Star, her. There's the documents. Important, significant. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh man. Some say that she ran out of there faster than Holly. Oh yeah. Rondell, she showed up like a stale cracker who got the wrong directions to the freaking KKK meeting, the Ku Klux Klan meeting, because that girl went over there trying to spew her nonsense that she spews in Magaland. That shit got turned down real quick, and then she ran. Mm-hmm. I said that earlier, Virgo. She's right here. And I was saying that there's problems in the marriage. But if I look at, traditionally, this is supposed to be the wife. But I'm looking at it also as another person who's very combative and angry member of the house that was in agreement to obstruct and steal something. There's the agreement. There's the stealing. This woman knows that there was a loss. She knows that there was a loss. There's the change here that she was trying to deliver. The transfer that was fraudulent under fraudulent results. Was she in? Was she? Does anybody know if she was in that? I've already answered that, Virgo. Does anybody know if she was in the meeting at the Willard Hotel or the War Room? I mean, the meeting's far, far, far away from her. What's looking more prominent is the documents that were delivered to the committee, because those documents are hitting her right here. And it's within this little box. But that meeting is far away. And this is about him going to speak and meeting and conversing and negotiating. Okay? He's going to offer something and he's going to negotiate. And when he negotiates, he's going to sing like a motherfucking bird. He's going to sing like a bird on all those people that were linked. And the people that were linked, where? In the house. Right here and here. There's something about this one that is very prominent, though. Does anybody? But that takes a while. That's not right away. I would have to do hers too. No, it's okay, Virgo. She was at a meeting before she was sworn into the House pre-January 6th. I don't think she's the pipe bomber. I read on that months and months and months ago. I get it. I got that it was a younger male that was visiting the area that was associated to a purist white organization. It was like Writer Child Garden or something like that, or Child Garden Child Writer. But because there were two Jacks, I went with the male, but he's younger or smaller. She was at, yes, and she was at the White House the day before January 6th. There's something in transcripts or messages or text messages or something that puts her right in the middle, and she becomes key star witness. Here's the team of people stealing stuff. Okay. And there's the group of people that are your like little friends that were asking for favors. Dog in the house of Bouquet. Bouquet goes to the snake. But all these friends here are going to flip. And he betrays here. He betrays and snitches. He's got a deal on his mind and he'll offer stuff because he knows that this right here is very, very heavy. If this, his link, and there's the guilty results of the investigation for fraudulent electors and falsifying the election and manipulating the election. Okay, follow this line up. Go back up here. That's very heavy. Very, very heavy. Heavy burdens, heavy sacrifice, and the arrival of super fucking bad news. Bad. This consequence here, remember I said earlier, handcuffs, and guilt. And then you keep following the line. You get to isolation down there. This comes with super heavy stuff. He's got a deal on his mind, and he'll offer. Offer comes at a betrayal. Okay. That offer betrays. Me too, John. I'm all here for it. Betrays. Okay. The snake is in house sun. The sun is down on the line of fate. You can't see it, but it's in house key. Okay. Comes at a very significant betrayal to a woman. Key goes back to woman. That woman is very argumentative and combative, angry. Woman sits on house whip. Whip goes to the cross. Persistent punishment, abusive punishment. Someone that likes to, the broom and whip, it's pain. And this is pain. Okay. There's something that he says that's going to put her in a trap where if she's not honest, there's perjury. Cross in the house of birds, speaking guilty meetings. What you say comes with a burden or gets you in trouble. Okay. Birds goes back to moon. Snitching on the, or the person that likes to talk for a lot of fame. Moon goes back to ring. There's the agreement. I'll give you all the names. I'll tell you everything I know, what was said in the meetings, yada, 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 yada. The ring goes back to the house, the entourage, in the government, with house to tower, tower to the anchor, what was established in secret and what he knows. Okay. And how this is solid with the tree. And it's a growing tree in the house of Fox investigation. Fox goes back to him. And then he goes to child innocent. The choice, child to crossroads. He has a choice. An abundance of choices of which way you're going to go that's going to get you in a shit ton of trouble, because all it is ahead is just bad news. Okay, crossroads to clouds. Traditionally, that's an accident on your path. Well, there's going to be an abundance of fucking accidents on your path. Okay, like a bunch of fucking landmines. Have fun. All right. Where is it? Clouds. Where am I looking at? To lilies. Guidance. This is all about someone that was guiding you. Because this is the lilies, this is the king of spades. We're looking at people that are older in a managerial or powerful position that are able to provide you guidance for a win, for power and finance. Another way to read that is he's going to have to pay a lot of fucking money for someone to protect him. So like legal counsel, someone to protect him. Outside of this organization, if this is the Trump org, they may take up the bill at first, because there's the bill at nights down here and it's next to finance. They may take up the bill at first, but they may offer him something that would require him to make a sacrifice, and he's not sure about that. Kind of like what they did to Michael Cohen and everybody else before him. Hey, we'll pay your legal fees. You'll pay your legal fees. And then the Trump lawyers from Trump org convince the defendants to throw themselves into the fire to save Donald Trump's ass. He's not going to do that. He's going to offer up. He's going to offer up names and betray people. He's not going down. Okay. Where was I? Lilies. to, what is this? Stars to Clover to Bear to Heart. Desire for power or the desire for financing. But there's a loss there. You're going to pay a lot of money to learn that you got big losses coming your way. And there's news about huge problems and obstruction. This thing is going to move forward. And when it arrives, when there's the how am I going to say this? I can't think. When that news arrives, the results of that investigation bring shit tons of trouble. Doesn't matter how much he's offering up. There's a heavy burden and a heavy sentence this way. But he gave up all these mofos. The 9 here and here. But there's something about her. There's something real weird about her. So I'm curious to know why she had such a significant, important role out of all 6 of them. Because follow this line down. Star woman, very important paperwork for her. The key is followed by clouds. Important. Okay. Clouds is card number 6. She is one of 6 that asked for pardons. He betrays her when he speaks. And he'll say something that's going to put her in a trap. And he's also in a trap because of prior transcripts too. So like I said, traditionally, crossroads and what do you call this? Clouds, accidents on your path. In this instance, I would say legal landmines everywhere. Lilies and clouds. Sorrow. Clover and clouds. Just bad. Just you're fucked. Letter and clouds. Just bad news after bad news after bad news after bad news after bad news, if that makes sense. And then down here, a crap ton of legal disputes. That's part of his line of fate. It's the Sun, the Crossroads, Tower, and Whip. This is sitting, thank you, John. This is sitting on house, what is it? Cross. There's going to be some pain and punishment. He knows what the consequences are, and that's looming heavy over his head. And what everything above his head is what he's thinking about. What's he thinking about? The pile up of fucking shit that's going to just land on him. He's thinking about making a deal about what he knows and who was consulting and shopping for gifts. The abundance of gifts, the independence here for gifts. He'll make a deal and he'll try to offer something up because he's got a deal right on his mind right there. With that said, she's got a deal on her mind too. But that's, she doesn't show up right away. He goes through his thing first before it gets to her because he's got to go this way. I'm curious to look at her tableau because there's something she's done that makes her stand out so prominently in that in the GT. Let me see. His wife's not doing good, but like I said earlier, reading this as the wife and the home family not doing well. But in regards to a member of the inner circle that was in on the criminality, this one here is standing out like a freaking neon sign for some reason. And if I read this line straight, loyalty diminishes, woman suffers, he's burdened, but there's growing opportunities for peace this way, or some sort of reprieve. That's reading it this way. This line, widespread losses and obstruction, widespread losses and problems, an agreement to keep a secret, and knowledge of some sort of an agreement for an abundance of offers for something that is desired. Consulting, shopping around, offers that are desired. Storks is landing in sorry, I swallowed the wrong way. Storks is landing in its own house, so that's about change in the insurrection. It's very prominent in his tableau, so he flips. Losses to friendships. There's friendships and loyalties that are lost here, and they're lost here, permanently severed. There's the dog, there's the severing, there's the permanence, and the split here with, you can't see it, but the crossroads. Okay. So there's the flipping. There's the rupture. Okay. There's the entourage in the house and the paperwork that he delivered to the committee. And I think I went over this one. There's a change. There's a transition and a change in his career. But this isn't going to end well. This new career change does not end well because there's a sacrifice here. And then it says here that there's a career transfer, transition, and then there's the arrival. But, and then all this shit back here. Bad choices, bad choices. Let me see if this is a little entourage of hooligans led by the QAnon freaking crazy over here. Let's see. So there's a very nervous woman here that is suffering. There's a lot of danger here to these people. The scythe is pointing here. A lot of danger to the entourage because of what's in those, what's in that paperwork. Letter in the House of Garden. So letter in the House of Garden, that's like public records to the committee, okay? Records to a large body of people about the network, about what they were socializing, okay? Here is the transition that was achieved fraudulently. This right here is the card of strategy. The strategy. Work and employment. Nervous members of the house, people that work there. These people are nervous and they're looking for a way out. This is below the, what do you call this? The fox. Are they going to go left? Or are they going to go right? No, sir. You all are going to end up in the courts arguing your case. Eventually. Because like I said, he's got to flip around this way. I know that order just came in today that he's got to go talk to the courts. It's right here. There's the order that he needs to go to the court. This falls below. Tower falls below. Key. I don't know when that will be scheduled. If it'll be this month, and then it'll be a series of interviews because it's saying there's an interview here and a meeting. But he's going to give up the goods on everybody. On everybody. Everybody. Because he knows this. He knows that this is very heavy this way. And then there's the sacrifice. But then when I box him in, he wants here. Innocent. Child is in the house of garden. A small choice, a new choice. It could be that in regards to 2 children. Okay. I don't know how many kids he has. Does anybody know how many kids he has? Think you does anybody know how many kids he's got? Two? Yeah, child in the house of crossroads. Yeah, like I said, a choice for innocence or 2 children. So he's thinking about his fucking dude. He's thinking about his 2 kids. He's gonna throw all these motherfuckers under the bus. Child in the house of crossroads. 2 kids. The uncertainty of not being there for them. Decisions have consequences. This sounded like a great plan when you were in it. Didn't think it'd catch up. Now you're paying for it. So over the next year, not good. Not good. It's going to bring a lot of strain to his personal life and family life. A lot of strain to his marriage. The wife may be thinking about divorce. There's the married woman. She's thinking about her marriage and then taking this action, divorce. I do not know what their religious bullshittery is. If it's, you can cheat on me 8 million times and kill 800 people and I would still stay loyal. Because here it says that the loyalties are diminishing for this woman. She may be thinking divorce. They could also quite possibly be religious extremists, because this could be spirituality. This would be more like Judeo-Christian, mostly Christian type, like a Christmas tree. See what I'm saying? Christian, but she's thinking divorce. Marriage is on her mind. Cutting it off here. Loyalties are diminishing. Trust is diminishing. And they're suffering. The family is suffering. The family is very nervous. He's got his kids on his mind. There's a lot of fighting with his wife, woman in the house of whip. That marriage is suffering here. But there's 2 kids here that, are they little or are they grown? Do you guys know? Because I see 2 children. Child knights over to tower. So it could be a child in the law or a child in school. Because the child also knights to books. So it could be a child that is in school, a child that is studying law. They're grown. Okay. So they're not little. Well, maybe he'll get one of his kids to be his lawyer, because you're fucked. They said son in law school. Okay, because there's child learning. And then child knights down here to tower. You can't see it. school or law. So they're evangelical Christians. That shit may look pretty on the camera, but she's got this on her mind. I don't give a shit how pretty she smiles for the TV. She's nervous and she's suffering. The marriage split right here. The family suffers. Maybe that's them praying, you know, but God, like Johnny said, God will always answer. Sometimes the answer is no, you know? So there you go, you guys. I have it in the notes. I'm getting tired. It's like 9:30 over here right now, and I've been on for 2 hours and 15 minutes. I'm sorry it took me so long recapping that other one. But I'll continue to look at this and stare at it some more. And see what else I can catch. But I think the next one I want to do MTG. Because there's something here, and I'll probably find it tomorrow or whatever, whenever I keep staring at shit. But there's a reason why this woman is showing up very, very prominently, and she's taking the charge. She's like not taking the charge, but taking the lead, like the leader of some sort. So I'm curious to see that. Oh my gosh, it's 12:30. Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise. So there's that, but he's sweating it. He knows it's almost like at this point he has knowledge because he's linked that there's guilty paperwork coming soon. And he's in the middle of it. By guilty paperwork, I mean indictments, mofo. So, all right, y'all, I'm going to go. I'm getting tired. I need to go to sleep. I got meetings tomorrow for work. Ugh. So, like I said, I'll keep staring at it. I'll keep staring at it until I go cross-eyed, and then I'll keep finding shit. Thank you all so much for hanging out tonight. I really appreciate it. I want to thank everybody that super chatted and the folks that sent me PayPal. You guys are the best. Really, really appreciate it so, so much. I'll see how I'm feeling tomorrow. I got a busy day. I'll see how I'm feeling and see if I can pop on for a little bit to maybe do the cracker honky trailer park trash inbred moron filthy animal from Georgia. All right, you guys. Thank you, everybody. And you guys have a fantastical, wonderful, delightful evening. Bye-bye.